Hey everyone, it's Kari. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do some really quick thoughts on these color pencils by Sudee Stile, I believe is how you say the name. I had mentioned this a couple videos back that I had gotten this as one of my gifts, my anniversary gifts for my husband, and he purchased these off of Amazon. This is the 150 set, and this is the biggest set that you can buy. So then they come in the box just like this. It's a really nice box, really nice presentation, I will say that. And it's 4 deep. Let me turn around here. It is 4 deep, so you've got 4 trays. They've got these little ribbons, little handles on the sides here. So like I said, they're 4 deep, and excuse me, 150 colors, like it says. And so before I really get into my thoughts on this, I will go ahead and just tell you right now that I'm actually going to be sending these back to Amazon. The reason for that is because I tried to give them a go, honest go, and I've only tried a few colors, but a couple of things that I don't like about them, and I will go ahead and say now, is for one, the handle on them, you know, it's quite thin. I mean, that I could get away, I could, you know, overlook that if I needed to, but it's quite thin. But one of the biggest things that I do not like about these pencils is that since there are, in this, at least in this set, since there are 150 colors, some of the colors, like let me just say these two greens here, even though they are supposed to be 2 different greens, they look exactly, almost exactly the same on the pencil themselves, and the barrels are quite identical. So I mean, there's not very much difference at all, and I mean, they are numbered, so that's why they're arranged in number order instead of like color order. So if I were to keep these and store these, I would definitely keep them, and I would arrange them somehow in color order rather than number order, which I don't understand the number order anyway, because I just don't understand it. I don't know. I mean, I can kind of see, I guess, a little bit with the top row how it goes from reds to oranges to yellows, and then it goes to greens. Then you got some more yellows over here. It's just kind of all over the place just a little bit, and so I imagine it's all over the place throughout the rest of them too. But some of them, they break really, really easily. They are wax-based pencils, but you can see that I haven't even touched it, and this one was broken, which it's not a huge deal, but this is just a piece of, here I was kind of testing them. This is this color here, and there's not, I could probably sharpen it, but there's not much pigment to them. So I know I'm all over the place with how I'm explaining these pencils, but I'm just kind of going off by the thoughts that come to my mind. But so number one, one of the biggest reasons why I don't like these is because of just the way they're numbered, for one. 2, since this set is so big and so large, I have noticed that there are a lot of colors that are very, very similar, and some of them you can't even tell a difference. 3, since they are wax-based, yes, they are wax-based, and so the tips, even on the Prismacolors, are tending to break easily. But guarantee you that it's not as easy as these, because you have to press so hard to get pigment to come off on the pencil. You are, you know, pressing very hard, and it's going to be easier to break. So I kind of tested them back and forth with my Prismacolors that I do own, and it's just a huge difference in my opinion. So that's a couple of the biggest reasons why I'm going to go ahead and send these back, because I just know that I just wouldn't enjoy them, and I wouldn't go toward them. I would probably try to make do out of the Prismacolor 24 set that I own, rather than these here, even though I've got more colors per se in this set, because the quality is just so much better in the Prismacolor. And even though I'm not an actual colorist per se, professional colorist, there are certain things that I am still wanting out of my colored pencils, and these are just not giving that to me. And the one good thing about, a couple of good points though I will say about these pencils, well, three. They are presented very well. The trays are, you know, put together very well. They come, and each tray comes with a little cardboard little insert here too with each tray, so they're not too flimsy. And three, let's see, one, the presentation, the trays. Three is, if you're just getting these pencils or wanting these pencils just literally color, like adult coloring books or something like that, if you're not going after, you know, a whole lot of pigment or anything like that, you just want something to color with, like maybe just to maybe doodle with or something like that, this is a great set to do that with, because this is a good value for the money. I believe my husband paid around $35 for this set, I believe. And I will list these pencils, the ones that he bought, in the description bar below, so you can check it out if you're wanting to. But just overall, I have more cons than pros, and unfortunately that's why I'm going to go ahead and send them back. I was hoping to have a positive review on these pencils for you guys. I did try them out on several different kinds of paper, because I was kind of reading into color pencils as I'm trying to get into color pencils more. And this is me. If you can see, it looks like a whole lot of pigment, but that's because I was pressing really hard to get even that black onto this image here. This one here, I was comparing it with my, here it is. Here's one. You can kind of see this is done actually on watercolor paper, because I was going to use, I saw a video that if you use a kind of like any kind of solvent, like Gamsol or even a colorless blender or some kind of alcohol-based marker, you can use the alcohol-based marker to blend your color pencils if you want. So I was trying that out. But this is me trying to press really hard to get pigment off. And you can see that I just, you know, it was just too much work, I felt, to get the pigment that I wanted. This, just to compare, this here is my Prismacolor. This one turned out so much better than this one here. And I just enjoyed the pigment that I was getting from these. From this one, obviously, with the Prismacolor than I was with the Sudee Stile. So that can kind of gives you some comparisons there as to what the color, you know, kind of the blend and everything. Another thing that I found, that they don't really layer all that great. So if you're wanting to use multiple colors, in my opinion, they don't really layer all that great, because like I said, since you're trying to get so much pigment to come off and try to have them blend, it's just too much work. So I don't know if that's enough detail for you guys on these pencils, but that's my quick thoughts on this. I wasn't going to spend too much time, because there's just not too many thoughts that I have other than those, really, to be honest with you. So if you're looking for a set, just an inexpensive set for maybe like a preteen or something like that, or even if you're an adult and you're wanting just to have something just particularly just for the colors, and you're doing it for adult, like adult coloring books or something, you know, these would be fine. But my purpose for getting a big color set like this is different, and I have different needs and wants out of what I got out of these. So I hope that was helpful. Like I said, I hate being so negative, because I usually am not pretty, you know, negative on any of my reviews, but I have to be honest too. So that completes this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed and respect the honesty that comes with it. So hopefully I will see you guys at my next video very soon. Thanks for watching.